Hello everybody, my name is Dusk and welcome to another episode of Talon's video guide. In this guide we're going to give you a brief introduction of the wizard. And so the wizard is a pure spellcaster, and he's very similar to he or she I should say. He's very similar to the sorceress from Diablo, so he's basically like the same hero. There's a little bit more utility in the spell. It's basically Blizzard just showing off the cool graphics and mechanics they can add in Diablo 3, and you can see that in stuff like Wave of Force or the time slowing ability. But anyway, he's a pure spellcaster. He does all his damage through magic and at a range, and so it's just a very bursty glass cannon type of character, similar to the Demon Hunter, where the Demon Hunter kind of goes for a ranged, high damage, low health. This is basically the exact same concept, except the wizard is going for more magic damage. And so if we take a look at just how the wizard works, he's got a source of energy. It's called arcane power, and it's basically mana. But the difference is that mana, or not mana, arcane power regenerates very quickly, and so it's not like the other classes that require you to charge up your abilities or whatever. Arcane power regenerates very quickly, and you don't really have any abilities that regenerate it, and so that's going to be your source of mana, and you really don't have to worry about mana. The only thing you have to worry about is basically timing your abilities so that you don't spam the same thing over and over again and bring it down where you can't use your arcane power or abilities that require arcane power later on. And so the breakdown of the wizard's abilities, he's got three basic sets. It's going to be signature, offensive, and utility. And so the wizard, first of all, it's got 4 signature abilities, and all these abilities along with their runic versions are all free. And so this is going to be the go-to ability for the wizard in case you run out of arcane power. And so this is going to be like the same ability as a barbarian. When he generates fury, he has basically an extra ability, and so this is going to be the wizard's version where he just doesn't use any mana. And they're all pretty solid abilities. They don't do a lot of they're not really meant to do a lot of damage. They're just meant to be there as a source of damage when you run out of arcane power. And so he's got both utility and offensive, and these just they range from a lot of abilities, just like how the sorceress had a lot of abilities. And so the playstyle of the wizard, at least when I find out, is that levels 1 through 10 were extremely easy. The wizard just does a lot of damage. And the current scaling system of Diablo in terms of how damage works to the wizard is actually fairly interesting. The wizard actually scales its damage off its weapon, which I find kind of strange, and I'm not sure if they're going to change it later on. But basically what I was doing is just getting the highest damaging two-handed weapon I could find, and because all its abilities scale off weapon damage, I was basically a wizard carrying around a two-handed sword for at least the earlier parts of the game, just to maximize my damage. Now the wizard also can hold wands and orbs, and orbs are basically like the shields of the wizard, and so that I assume that later on in the game those are just going to replace my two-handed weapon. But I just found it very interesting that a wizard was using a two-handed weapon and making really good use of that. And so with the wizard you're going to have a lot of ranged abilities, and they're almost all ranged actually, and she also has this very, very nice ability called ice armor, which actually or diamond skin, which actually makes you invulnerable for a short period. And I just found it very, very fun to go up diamond skin someone and then use my AoE damage. And additionally, you can also play wizard as just a ranged spellcaster. He's got a lot of different spells, and so if you like playing heroes, or not necessarily heroes, but if you like playing RPGs where you're going to be a spellcaster, you're not shooting arrows, this is basically the type of character you want to play. He's a very good ranged hero. He's not that strong compared to the barbarian, not a lot of health, and so PvP you're going to want to stay in the back just like the Demon Hunter. Basically the only difference between the wizard and the Demon Hunter is that the wizard does magic damage, and then the abilities obviously differ a little bit. A Demon Hunter can go for more of a sustained damage, while a wizard basically has to time his signature abilities between his offensive abilities so he can maximize the use of the arcane power research that he uses. And so if you guys like playing a spellcaster role in RPGs, feel free to try out the wizard. I've played him, he's very fun, and I hope if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave in the section below. Otherwise, my name is Dusk, and I'll see you guys later.